Hi there. Picture a nation where education isn't just a system, it's a strategy for transformation.
Today we'll journey through South Africa's education, training and development environment, exploring how policies like the Skills Development Act institution, like the DHET, SETA, QCTO, and national imperatives are shaping a future-ready workforce. From addressing historical inequalities to preparing for the fourth industrial revolution, uncovering how the ETB system is evolving to meet the requirements for an emerging world.
The education, training and development system is a cornerstone of South Africa's national growth and transformation. The education, training and development system is guided and supported by key legislative frameworks, including the Skills Development Act, which promotes workplace learning and lifelong development, followed by National Qualifications Framework, which ensures that all the learning achievements are recognized and standardized across the country. And lastly, the South African Qualifications Authority, which oversees and maintains the quality and credibility of the qualifications registered on the NQF. Together, these acts form the backbone of the South Africa's ETB system. They ensure that education and training are inclusive, coordinated, and aligned with both the national development goals and the evolving needs of the labor force.
The Department of Higher Education and Training is a government department that manages post-school training and education by guiding universities, TVET colleges. GTs play a critical role in administrating higher education institutions by regulating private and public universities to ensure that they reach national standards. They also collaborate with the Council of Higher Education to accredit higher education programs. DHETs manage the skill levy systems and coordinate learnerships, internships, and workplace skill programs. They also implement the Skills Development Act to improve workforce training. DHETs allocate funding and student support by managing NSFAS to supply bursaries and loans to students from poor and working class backgrounds. Centers were established under the Skills Development Act to manage school shortages and ensure training is relevant to economic needs. Centers bridge the gap between formal education and training. The funding of centers is regulated by the Skills Development Act. The primary role of centers is to facilitate skills development by promoting learnerships, skills programs, internships, and other programs which may provide skill development opportunities to employees to meet workforce requirements. Employers pay a skills development levy which is imposed to encourage learning and development in South African workplaces. Centers also works with the NSA on the distribution of grants from the skill levy contributions to corporations providing learnerships and other skill development programs. Centers provide mandatory and discretionary grants. Centers pay mandatory grants to eligible companies to receive funding, and they pay discretionary grants at the discretion of certain managers for skills that they deem critical and scarce. The main responsibilities of the DHET is to ensure that people have access to quality education and training opportunities, and that the skills developed meet national and industry standards, promoting skill development, economic growth, and lifelong training. The QCTO provides guidance to skill development providers and assessment centers who must be accredited by the QCTO in order to implement occupational qualifications. The development of occupational standards and qualifications is one of the main priorities of the QCTO, as they are responsible for overseeing the design, development, and maintenance of these standards and qualifications, and submits them to the South African Qualifications Authority for registration on the National Qualifications Framework. This helps ensure the qualifications are in line with industrial needs and the NQF.
The national imperative in the education, training and development system is focused on transforming the country's human capital, reform historical inequalities, and drive inclusive socio-economic growth. In the complex landscape of South African education and employment, a significant challenge persists. the misalignment between the skills produced by the system and those introduced, therefore leading to inadequate skill levels and poor readiness for young people leaving formal and secondary education and entering the labor market for the first time. The national imperatives in the education, training and development system uses the following strategies to help mend the skills gap. It promotes workplace learnership, internship and integrated learning to ensure practical skill acquisition, which emphasizes the long-term learning.
Government bazaars like NSFAS open doors for students from low-income families, and initiatives like SEDA aim to align education with industrial needs. Despite these gains, access remains uneven, especially in rural areas where infrastructure, internet, and quality education is lacking. Quality is another major concern. While more learners are entering the system, many graduate without the necessary skills needed in higher education and employment. South Africans continue to score poorly in international assessment, revealing the gaps in teaching, curriculum, and educational support. Relevance is critical. Our economy is evolving rapidly. Education must keep pace, yet many programs are outdated and disconnected from the real-world job demands. This mismatch contributes to the paradox whereby there is high graduate unemployment and the shortage of skilled workers. While there are clear opportunities, we must confront these constraints head-on and build a system that's truly accessible, high quality, and relevant to our future.
As we conclude, it is clear that South Africa's ETD system is more than a response to the past, it is a blueprint for the future. The road ahead demands innovation, collaboration, and a commitment to a lifelong learning. Because we invest